Padres, and they have the best record in baseball, I think.
You played tops for Padres. I do not agree with this. Similar with the Astros.
So
Yeah,
it's only a matter of time, boys.
Well, yeah, eventually, but right this year they have a good roster. They have a good team.
Cue the music. Happy Jackie Robinson Day, everybody. It's another episode of Everyone Hates Us, a podcast dedicated to the art of winning and the beautiful sport of baseball. And boy, is it baseball season. We are underway officially with MLB season. And today is obviously a very important day. It is Jackie Robinson Day. For those who don't know, of course, Jackie Robinson, the player who broke the color barrier in the MLB. So for our kids who don't know, baseball used to be a segregated sport, which means black folks and white folks played in different leagues. And there was very little fraternization or overlap between the two. I think I read today that Babe Ruth, Joe DiMaggio, some of those Yankees players actually played on a minor league team, like an exhibition team, so that they could play against the Negro League teams at night. So that's also kind of a thing. But important to know that the history of baseball, there's like two eras. It's the pre-integration era and the post-integration era. And I think that has to do with mostly letting black people to play, in the major leagues, and, bringing them in. And Jackie Robinson was chosen, basically voluntold, I guess, like that he was going to be the civil rights, basically, activist for this. And he was very much for it, and he was ready to do that, obviously, and try to break the color barrier. He endured a crazy amount of racism, constant death threats, a lot of like BS, to get to where the game is today, where it's truly an international game. The best player in the league is a Japanese guy who barely speaks English. A lot of the best players in baseball are from the DR, Puerto Rico, Central America, South America. It's turned into a huge like global sport, and it started with in our own backyard with Jackie Robinson, who was a superior player, by the way, won MVP, had a 10 more season, I believe. I think he had a 10 more season. I need to look that up. But yeah, today we commemorate or just remember the importance of Jackie Robinson's contributions to the sport of baseball. And yeah, like Dan, as a Dodger fan, like we clearly know a lot about Jackie Robinson. Like, any interesting facts that our listeners should know about him?
Well, first off, I looked it up real quick. His highest WAR season was only 9.6, unfortunately. But he did also have a 9.3. He was, like you said, he was consistently excellent. He was, he was the spark plug of some really good Brooklyn Dodger teams that kept running into the Yankees in the World Series. But ultimately, he was very important to the 55 team that eventually was the first champion for the Dodgers. He, like you said, he endured a lot and sort of, it was a very well chosen first player, for the time, because he sort of was able to endure all of that and still excel and still sort of, he embodied the pioneering role that was thrust upon him. The Dodgers continued to be very progressive in that sense, that with Don Newcomb and Roy Campanella and all these other early black players in the major leagues, and they had a lot of success together. But yeah, Jackie was unique even amongst that very stellar group.
And along those lines, we're obviously, Grievous joined me in, Jackie Robinson's, where he kind of grew up here in Pasadena. You can't go too many places without seeing stuff named after Jackie Robinson. I played in an adult soccer league at Jackie Robinson Field. Pasadena City College, has things commemorating him all over the place. So it's a very fitting city to, take part of Jackie Robinson Day in.
Yeah, he was a great athlete all around. He played basketball really
That
well
is pretty
too.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was in track and field at UCLA as well, and yeah, he was a very all around athlete and very with very strong character as well. He he deserves to have the accolades that Major League Baseball has been bestowing upon him for a while. The only number retired throughout all of baseball, number 42. And yeah, it's really cool to have the celebration that they do today on the anniversary of him breaking the color barrier, where everyone wears his number, with in the blue too, which is cool. Yeah, it's a cool tribute, especially in these times where the current government has tried to sort of erase somewhat the significance of what Jackie Robinson meant to baseball and to sports and to the U.S. in general.
Yeah, of course, the incident that Dan is referring to, name his name, because who gives a shit? But the DOD guy basically ordered that Jackie Robinson, the page on basically be taken down. This is like, it's so weird. Like, and I wanted to kind of comment on that. I know we don't like to get too political, but I do want to really make. I think it's important to note that a lot of this like DEI inclusion, or like, take all the messaging that's going on underneath all of this is about meritocracy. Like, oh, we want a pure meritocracy, and that's why, sure, whatever. Okay, that's your argument. Erasing Jackie Robinson, who literally turned baseball into more of a meritocracy, is like, it's up there in like stupid things. Just like the contradictory nature of this administration and all of that. But without getting too much into that, I really think it's important to view a lot of the accomplishments, and that's something that I've made an argument for, is to view a lot of the accomplishments pre-integration with the country as equal opportunity, equal playing field, and to have two different leagues is just like flies in the face of that notion, right? Like to force people to do separate but equal things in sports, to me, has always been, it's always stuck in my craw. Like, I never saw that as a pure meritocracy, but of course you can't pick your competition, but and we've talked about this on previous episodes, but it's like a big sticking point for me. So them play because they're fucking good. Like, they're amazing baseball players, and you're just not letting them play because what? Like, you don't like the color of their skin? That's pretty lame. I'm sure the Dodgers today are like, we'll take you if you can play. They've basically kind of lived up to this mantra. So yeah, just a happy day for me to remember just how important Jackie was to the team. I'm glad we took some time to talk about this, because very, very important figure in baseball. Everything I said today is deserved, and like, you can't overstate his impact on the game. So tour blue. Collin, of course, wearing a Diamondbacks jersey because he's racist and doesn't want to bend the knee to the Jackie Robinson. Is that a number 42 jersey, Collin?
It doesn't have a number on it.
I just wanted to ask the important questions.
There's no number on the jersey.
Oh God! So it could be 42.
Really want me to say it was a Corbin Carroll jersey.
We can imagine it has a 42 on it.
But yeah. By the way, Dan is not a Jackie Robinson jersey either. but you didn't.
Randy
really ask him.
Johnson, Kurt Schilling.
I'm shocked you didn't start with Kurt Schilling, for being completely honest. But no, he was never a Serpiente.
That's true. That's an important.
Oh God, Kurt Schilling is. That's true. He was always a douchebag. And then after he was a Diamondback, he continued to be a douchebag.
Greatest,
but we're not going to talk about Kurt.
history. Professional athlete in Alaska's history.
Fairbanks native.
Fairbanks native.
Kurt Schilling
Yeah.
I mean, the best Alaskan.
over Carlos
the
Boozer?
best Alaskan athlete.
I mean,
Shame on you.
I mean, Boozer's technically born in Germany. Was on an Air Force base. He grew up and played like prep basketball, like middle high school, all through Alaska. He grew up in Juneau, but technically he wasn't there. But even then, I mean, I would take Schilling's career over Boozer. I mean, Schilling's a Hall of Fame player that's kept out because of his beliefs. Boozer's not a Hall of Fame basketball guy and a much easier Hall of Fame to get into.
The
real debate would be Scotty Gomez. But you know, we don't really do a lot of hockey on this podcast. So
Are you kidding me? What the fuck?
or I'll throw this one out there: Keegan Randall, first American woman to win gold in cross country skiing.
I'm happy you clarified who Gomez was because I didn't. I was unaware. We're getting into the weeds here.
I believe he was the first Hispanic NHL All-Star.
Nice.
Don't quote me on that though, but I believe he was. He set some record in that regard. I just can't remember what it was. It's been a bit. I'm not the biggest hockey guy either, but Scotty Gomez was a legend growing up in Alaska. Anchorage kid.
Guys, let's take a quick break. We're gonna cut here real quick and